Guys, breaking news, breaking news, breaking news, YouTube. And we'll probably talk about this on Rumble a little bit later. But right now, President Joe Biden has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race and is now endorsing Laughing Kamala. Laughing Hyena Kamala. Okay, so this is what we're left with. Now, what I think is happening is they're going to get Michelle Obama in there as vice president to stabilize the party, which will mean that Kamala, well, they're planning, I think, that Kamala will not be a viable candidate and won't be able to make it, and that eventually Michelle will be the president. That's what I'm thinking. But there's also been a lot of talk about Hillary Clinton coming back. From what I've been hearing is that Michelle Obama is behind the scenes right now helping Kamala Harris. This is the backroom intel that we've been getting. Backroom intel is that Michelle, yes, this is true. This is the actual letter right here. Joe Biden's official stand down letter to the world. He said he's going to make an announcement officially. Here it says, let's see here. I will, and let me see, wait, where is it? Okay. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. So his decision to step down is basically because, they've basically told him they finally had to really speak directly to him that he's not going to be president, because he believes that he's going to be president forever or for whatever term that he has. They've told him so many lies and propped him up to use him. And now they're done with him, and he didn't realize that they were done with him. And so they threw him under the bus. He didn't get it. He didn't realize that they weren't protecting him anymore. And then he kind of blamed the elite Democrats for trying to get him out. And then he realized, my buddies are telling me now I have to step down. So everybody turned on him. So there's nothing else for him to do except to step down. Now, they've got a plan for Michelle to come in, I think, behind Kamala. So what we heard earlier today, this is what we heard earlier, and I told you guys it was intel. Let's just go over here to our intel machine here over at Blazing Press on Telegram. If you want to know all the inside scoop on everything that's happening, you need to be subscribed over on Telegram. We keep trying to tell you, if you want to be up on everything, you need to be connected to us on Telegram, because we're posting day and night everything that's happening. We have lots of feeds. We have lots of sources, more sources than most people that say they have sources have. We have more. Yeah, and we have a lot more things that we put together for people so they can see it clearly. Let's see. I think I posted it here. Didn't I post this? I think I posted it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I posted it this morning. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. According to White House official, Michelle Obama is now operating as a shadow chief of staff for Kamala Harris in terms of lining up donors and support. So is she actually going to come in behind and be the vice president? That's what I had heard in the past, that she would come in as Joe Biden steps down. We knew all this way in advance. This is the blowing up of the Calistoga wagon. Joe Biden endorses Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee. Hold on one second. Hey, my hair isn't really messy. I can't come on. Okay, so let me just blur out my video real quick, because I got to look at something real quick. Take the pain. Oh, anyways, just in, Biden endorses Kamala Harris as the presidential nominee of the Democrat Party. Can you believe that? Is that amazing? Historic times. Definitely things that we've been telling you were coming have actually happened. Now, I made another post about this whole topic, especially in regards to the Dana Coverstone dream, which I think is prophetic. And I've tried to tell people that he's got some pretty accurate predictions there that I think are still to come. And right now what we see happening is the still to come, where people were saying, "Oh, that's not true. It's not true. It didn't happen." Well, I said, "Hey, just hold tight. These things are still potentially going to happen in the next round." And here we are, the exact scenario. So we see Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's administration blowing up in the Calistoga wagon. Kamala Harris is holding the reins. Joe Biden was out on the donkeys, holding on to the donkeys. He's holding on to the Democrat Party, right? Hoping that they're going to keep him in as president. Kamala Harris is whipping the donkeys, and at the same time, Joe Biden is being whipped as she's guiding the wagon with all the dynamite in the back. At this moment in the dream, Trump is running back to the presidential limousine, and the Secret Service are taking shots as there's an assassin trying to get Trump, and the bullets are ringing out. The Secret Service are jumping in front of the bullets. He gets to the presidential limousine, which represents going back to the White House. This is exactly what's happening right now. And then the Patriots surround the presidential limousine with muskets, right? They're just surrounding him with these old school muskets from like the Revolutionary War and the Civil War. And by the way, there were muskets used in the Civil War too. So they had muskets, which represents the Patriots things, So, but in the dream, I made clear the day before, well, on the day of the IT failure at CrowdStrike, I said, this is the connection that I am making, because I told everybody Hillary has to be in the dream, or Hillary has to be in the news, because she's in the dream at the very moment that all this is happening. And we've got two of the incidences in this dream, in the context of that dream, happening right now with the Calistoga wagon and Trump. So the middle part of that dream, where Hillary has got the knife, she's got the gladius saber at Trump's neck. She's standing behind him, and he's got his neck bared to her like in a submissive form. And at that moment, he pulls her chain, he pulls her necklace down, and with the other hand, he hits her in the nose. She falls back. She falls down, tries to get the knife back so she can stab him, but she can't. She falls into the bear trap. Remember, it's a bear trap. That has to do with Russia. And so this is connected to the CrowdStrike, because the CrowdStrike was a part of the whole Russia collusion. So I made the connection on the day that we had this outage that this was Hillary Clinton. This was in regards to Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton was not in the news until the day after. She was nowhere to be seen in the news. And now they're floating her name as a potential candidate, right? Or as her third try at the presidency. So she's now big time in the news, Hillary coming back. And I had said that the day before. I said, this is Hillary. I told everybody, I told my wife, you have to see Hillary now pop up in the news. She's going to pop up in the news. If this dream of Dana Coverstone is accurate, and we're right now at that moment of this dream being fulfilled, then Hillary has to pop up. Hillary has to pop up. And sure enough, she popped up. She popped up in the CrowdStrike, because I read the CrowdStrike as Hillary. And I had been telling my wife the day before and a few days before that, and I think I mentioned it on one of her broadcasts, that Hillary has to pop up for this dream to be in the final stages of fulfillment. So sure enough, the CrowdStrike happens, and then the next day after that, Hillary is in the news as running for president, right? Or she's going to make a run for the president. So there you go. Everything's falling into place. That dream in my book is being fulfilled as we speak. And this is what you can look at the context of that part, of that portion of the dream, and you can see other things that he's talked about that are going to happen. So you can say, well, that's probably on the verge of happening too, because these things right now are already happening. Okay, and it doesn't look good. so so you're going to want to really pray about things. And by the way, we got a special right now. I'm just going to post this for everybody here on YouTube, because I do have this on my Telegram for my Telegram page. We do have great deals on freeze-dried food. You're going to have to get stocked up on stuff, guys, because I'm going to tell you what, the supply chain is going down. The Houthis and the Iranians are going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to shut down, they already are shutting down the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea, which is also affecting oil prices. You're seeing all of this oil going up in smoke. The Yemeni or the Houthis have also attacked Israeli oil tankers. You know that they're going to go after other oil tankers as well. They're using hypersonic missiles now. They're pulling out the hypersonics, which is one step before tactical nukes. So these hypersonics are being used now, and you're seeing staging going on with the Chinese and Belarus right there in Ukraine, and they're preparing for an invasion. Supposedly, this was just happening in the last 24 with Chinese troops in Belarus doing drills, taking over airports. So they're saying right there on the border of Poland that they're getting ready for some kind of a staging event where they're planning to take over an airport. What the heck is that? Then you've got the whole thing with China getting ready to explode over there in the South China Sea with Taiwan, and who knows if they're planning for Philippines too. But what I've heard is they're going to stage this all at the same time that Israel blows up with all this stuff going on with the Houthis and with Iran, because the real target is Iran. And also the Syrians, in Lebanon. So you got Lebanon going up in smoke right now, major attacks in Lebanon, major attacks in Yemen in the last 24 hours. And you know that Iran is just waiting for that moment. They're going to send the hypersonics. I'm telling you, the hypersonics are coming, and Israel is going to be hit. And when all this begins, you're going to see things worse than what you saw in 2000. And by the way, I think that IT down outage was, and this is what some people are saying right now online, is that this is in a prelude. This is a prelude, and they were preparing, because this should not have happened. The redundancies in the system are of such, the quality control is that they roll it out small, they test it, they make sure everything's working before they roll it out globally. They do not roll these updates out on purpose like this, without any quality control. And they did this, and all the system went down. It's a cover for the preparation for really a big hack. And this is coming to the United States. We've already told you, they've already telegraphed, the powers that be have telegraphed a global internet, they call it a global, this is what Klaus Schwab said, was a global internet virus that shuts down the grid. And he said that COVID would be looked at as something very small. What happened in COVID, with the shortages and the supply chain crunch and the breakdown of the supply chain and the lockdowns, he said that would be nothing in comparison to what is coming with a cyber security issue. And this is what they want to do, the reset. This is what they're planning to flip the whole system. This is what they're planning to cause the dollar to crash. And so this is all set. And this is a part of Dana Coverstone's dream too, as well, during these next few months. So you better be prepared, because I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is not here. This is not a promotion of just us on our business. This is actually to help us to fund what we're doing to stay online. But this is also, and this is the main point, is to get you guys to be aware of what is actually about to happen. And the main thing you have to focus on, and I say this, go out and get some rice and beans. Go out and get some canned foods. Go out and get what you need right now. It's very important to get the things that you need. If you can stock up on a little gas, or if you have the ability to stock up on solar energy, because you're probably going to have power outages. This is going to hit everything. And I tell people, a lot of people will tell you this, don't put money in the bank, because people couldn't even access their banking, okay? You should have cash on hand in case something happens, or things to barter. You need electrical alternative solar power, I would say, would be good. unless you have a big stockpile of diesel or gas that you can use your generators for. But, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't have the stockpile of gas or fuel. Propane generators are also good because you can store propane forever in big tanks, and that would also be good. But I would say the best thing you can do is the next best thing is solar power, and we've got those EcoFlows on the website as well. So if you go over to packingheat.co, get your freeze-dried food. Freeze-dried food is some of the best food you can get. There's a lot of people that are getting the My Patriot food and the dehydrated food, and that is different. Okay, I want you to understand if you're stocking up on food and you don't want all the weight of canned food, because canned food is very heavy. What freeze-dried does is it sublimates and it extracts all moisture. Anything that has to do with any water content is taken out through the freezing process, and it's freezed and then sublimated out. So it's extracted through a vapor, and it's not heated. The food is not heated. So your food is not being killed by heat. When you have like My Patriot food, it's filled with all kinds of salts. It's heated. The enzymes are dead. The vitamin content is marred, and the texture is not the way it's going to be when you rehydrate it. It takes a long time to rehydrate. You got to boil it for like half hour, 45 minutes. With freeze-dried food, you can just add water, and it sucks it up like a sponge, and it comes back to its original texture and its original content. And none of the enzymes are harmed. None of the vitamin content is harmed. It tastes good. You're going to enjoy it if you don't have food, and it's lightweight. You can put it in a backpack. You could put all this in a backpack, and it's very lightweight. But when you rehydrate it, the water content is like 50 to 80%. It'll come back in. You actually put the water back in, and it rehydrates back to the way it was. So if you got chicken, you got a pound of chicken that's freeze-dried, and you add the water content to it, it'll come back to about 3 or 4 pounds, the chicken. It'll probably be more than that, actually. So you got to understand the process and what you're going to be eating long term, because a lot of people aren't going to be enjoying their food if they have that My Patriot, dehydrated food. And by the way, there's only 4 companies that do dehydrated food in the country, and they rebrand it for all these different companies that are out there selling dehydrated food. You have to know the difference between dehydrated and freeze-dried. Okay, it's very important because people have this dehydrated food that lasts 25 years, supposedly. It's heavy. It like I said, when you rehydrate it, especially after a few years, it doesn't taste good. It tastes terrible. And it'll keep you from starving to death, but you're not gonna you get what you pay for. Remember, if it's cheap, you're getting what you pay for. So understand this, guys. So if you want to get some of that food, the links are in the description. You can also, when you get there, you can look at the EcoFlows. We had a sale just recently. We do have sales going on now, but the real steep sales, the deep sale is over. But things do come back around. But I don't know how much longer we have. Seriously, according to the dream, and I'm going to just say this, according to Dana Coverstone's dream, we're in the throes within the next few months of some very bad things happening. Okay? Just a little heads up. This is why I'm telling you. I mean, you're seeing stuff like this happening all over the world. This is a present picture of what happened in Yemen. It's still on fire. The whole complex is on fire. Let's see. Bloomberg. Let's see what we got here. We got another update here. Let me just see. Bloomberg, minutes ago, Joe Biden posts his letter. Okay. If the president is mentally unfit to campaign, then he is mentally unfit to have nuclear codes. Wow. Look at this. Minutes after Joe Biden posted his letter on social media at site X, National Republican Congressional Committee Chairman Richard Hudson questioned Biden's ability to serve. Look at this. He questioned Joe Biden's ability to serve. Let me see. I'm guessing this is going to be exactly what I think. Let me see. To serve out the rest of his term. If the president is mentally unfit to campaign, then he is mentally unfit to have nuclear codes. Every House Democrat must now answer, is the president fit to serve out the rest of his term? Hudson wrote in his statement, quote, the American people know that no matter who the Democrat nominee is, they will be held accountable for the Biden agenda. Record inflation, weakness abroad, chaos at the border, and high crime, he said. Wow. So they're blaming everything that's happening right now in the country on an incompetent and declining president, and they are calling for him to step down now. This may be it. This may be it. This may be it. American meme models accurately grasp the analogy. Look at this. This is Julius Caesar when he's attacked. Remember? By his by all of his senators and close political confidants. They turned on him and they stabbed him to death. So CNN reports that they're not sure if Netanyahu's meeting was going to go forward. Let's see. Do not forget Netanyahu. The reins will remain in the hands of Biden administration until November. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to be out. Nope, I think he's going to be out. But here's the here's the fires in look at this is Vance walking with some ultra orthodox Jews, telling him what he needs to do. Uh-oh. And the CRAM weapon system is being used now in Israel. And they're taking down Hezbollah UAVs with it. This is the what do they call it? It's like a what do they call it? A steel curtain. It's just bullets that are just. Those are all bullets that you see up there with tracers, but there's also a lot of bullets in between, and they shoot down these UAVs. It sounds crazy when you hear it. Have you ever seen this? You ever seen one of these weapons? Look at this. Watch this. Wait. This is what it sounds like. Hold on here. Why am I not getting it? Oh, I got to keep it open. It's really loud. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is called a CRAM, and basically what you're hearing there is bullets flying through this system. Watch this. No, those are bullets. Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, sorry. Let me try that again. Let's try that one more time. Isn't that crazy? They have these things on ships too, on ships. I think this is probably like a defensive system that is on some kind of platform inside of Israel. But yeah, so Trump just made a statement here. Let's see what Trump said. Trump just posted, crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve and never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't. And now look what he's done to our country. With millions of people coming across our border, totally unchecked, unvetted, many from prisons, mental institutions, and record numbers of terrorists. We will suffer greatly because of of his presidency, but we will remedy the damage he has done very quickly. Okay, yeah. So like I said, this was all planned. This was all something that we knew way in advance. This is where it was going, and I told you this is exactly the scenario that we saw coming, whether it was through the dream interpretation and or what we knew in our hearts from looking at what was happening as it was unfolding in real time. It's all part of a plan. None of this has caught me by surprise. This is exactly the way I expected it. And this is exactly what I figured would happen with Trump to catapult him back into the limelight, even up until the events of what happened a few days ago. So, like I said, this has not caught me in any way by surprise. I've talked about this very clearly to those who watch my channel. You'll know that we've basically been breaking it down exactly the way it is, or the way it has been going. So here's visuals that are showing Israeli jets running drills near Eilat. Eilat is a port in southern Israel that's being attacked right now as well. You're going to be seeing some big things go down there real soon, so get ready. Let's see what else we got here. New York Times says Biden drops out of the race, jeopardizing the campaign for the White House. The president's withdrawal from the election under pressure from fellow Democrats cleared the way for a new candidate to challenge former President Trump in the fall. On Sunday, President Biden is under strong pressure from fellow Democrats. He refused to seek re-election for a second term. He upended the race for the White House in a dramatic last-minute attempt to find a new candidate who could stop former President Donald Trump from returning to the White House. Cackling Kamala is endorsed by Biden as presidential nominee of the Democrat Party. Oh, boy. What a crazy, crazy time. What a crazy time. What a crazy time. What do you guys think? Is it amazing or what? Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Well, we're probably going to be doing a broadcast later, a little bit later, chronicling more of this on Rumble. We get tens of thousands of views per video over there on Rumble, so make sure you're subscribed to us over there. We get lots of people coming in, at least 1,000 every time we go live. So make sure you share and subscribe to our Rumble channel. Rumble channel is the place you want to be for uncensored news and real-time updates. Okay, we'll be doing another broadcast here real soon, so God bless.